Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. WWE is fresh off the heels of an intriguing Survivor Series, War Games 2024 Premium Live event. However, the focus has instantly shifted to Saturday night's main event, where the absence of Rhea Ripley and Roman Reigns has annoyed wrestling veteran Vince Russo. The revival of Saturday night's main event was met with a positive reaction, as the Stamford-based promotion also decided to save Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens' title match for the show. The card will also feature Liv Morgan defending her title against Io Sky, while the inaugural Women's United States Champion will be crowned in the tournament finals. The World Heavyweight Championship will be contested in a triple-threat match between Gunther, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn singles match rounds off the current lineup. However, Vince Russo was unhappy over Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley being left off the event. Russo also could not understand why WWE hadn't already booked a babyface to go after reigning United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura in a match at Saturday night's main event. The former WWE head writer had a bigger issue with a mistake involving Ripley and Reigns while speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw podcast. So, is Rhea Ripley not on the main event? God, how do you not have your biggest stars on that show? Is Roman advertised? No Roman. No Rhea Ripley. No babyface is going for the Intercontinental title. From 1 hour 2 minutes and 40 seconds onwards. With Morgan and Sky having a match, there is still a possibility of Ripley's involvement at the upcoming show on December 14, 2024. As for Roman Reigns, he is not expected to be at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum in a few days, and it would be interesting to see whether it affects the event in any manner. WWE has always thrived on bold storytelling, but their latest creative decisions regarding Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley have left fans and industry veterans scratching their heads. The company, celebrated for creating long-term narratives and fostering larger-than-life characters, may have overstepped its bounds this time, leading to criticism that the latest moves make no sense. The controversial turn of events. The backlash stems from two major decisions. First, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief and undisputed WWE Universal Champion, was inexplicably inserted into a storyline where he showed apparent vulnerability to new alliances within the bloodline, introducing uncertainty about his control over the faction. This coincided with Rhea Ripley's involvement in an intergender feud that saw her stepping out of the Judgment Day's internal storylines to challenge Roman in a bizarre crossover angle. The problem? Neither plotline feels natural. Roman's story, which has captivated fans for over 3 years, has been built on his dominance and ability to manipulate his surroundings. To suddenly see him appear flustered by Ripley's calculated taunts and teased betrayal from Solo Sikoa has fans wondering if WWE is forcing drama for shock value rather than letting the story evolve naturally. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley, who has excelled in her role as the Women's World Champion and backbone of the Judgment Day, appears to have been thrust into this storyline for no reason other than to test her mettle against male opponents. While WWE has previously succeeded in creating compelling intergender narratives, think Chyna or even Ripley herself, this clash feels rushed and underdeveloped. Veterans sound off. Wrestling legend and Hall of Famer Bully Ray was one of the first to publicly criticize WWE's decisions during a recent episode of Busted Open Radio. You've got Roman Reigns, the biggest star in the company, and you're throwing him into a story where he's suddenly unsure of himself? That makes zero sense, Bully Ray said. And don't get me started on Rhea Ripley. She's incredible. She's the future of this industry, but this isn't the way to showcase her. His co-host, Mark Henry, echoed similar sentiments, adding, "This feels like WWE is trying to shock fans for the sake of shocking them. Rhea didn't need to be dragged into this bloodline mess, and Roman doesn't need to be propped up by random challenges. They've both proven they can stand on their own." Fan reactions. Social media erupted as fans weighed in on the polarizing developments. At Tribal Chief Stan, they're ruining Roman's legacy by making him doubt himself. The Tribal Chief doesn't bow to anyone, especially not in a forced storyline. At Mommy for Life, I love Rhea, but why is she suddenly in Roman's business? Let her dominate Judgment Day instead of getting dragged into this. At Wrestling Nerd 88, this feels like a lazy attempt to bring intergender wrestling into the mainstream again. Not like this, WWE. Fans were especially vocal about the lack of build-up, with many pointing out that neither Roman nor Rhea has a personal or professional grudge that would justify their sudden feud. What led to this decision? Reports suggest that WWE's creative team was looking for a way to freshen up both Reigns and Ripley's characters heading into WrestleMania season. With Roman having already conquered nearly every major male star on the roster, the idea of an intergender feud seemed like a fresh challenge. Meanwhile, Ripley, whose dominance in the women's division has been virtually unmatched, was reportedly eager to test herself in uncharted waters. However, insiders claim that the decision was rushed, with little input from Reigns or Ripley. A source within WWE's creative team revealed, "This wasn't about long-term storytelling. It was about making headlines. The higher-ups wanted to capitalize on both stars' popularity and thought this would be a win-win. But clearly, it's backfiring. The fallout for the Bloodline and Judgment Day. Beyond the immediate criticisms, fans are concerned about the ripple effects these decisions will have on two of WWE's most successful factions. For the Bloodline, Roman's apparent vulnerability to Ripley and Solo's teased betrayal undermines the power dynamics that have defined the group. The once unshakable tribal chief now seems human, which, while an interesting direction, feels poorly timed. For the Judgment Day, Rhea's distraction with Roman threatens to derail the faction's cohesion. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio have been thriving in their individual storylines, but Ripley's absence creates a leadership void that could hurt their momentum. How WWE can salvage the situation? While the current direction has drawn criticism, there are ways WWE can pivot to make the storyline work. 1. Double down on tension. If WWE insists on continuing this angle, they need to double down on the psychological warfare between Roman and Rhea. Let Ripley exploit Roman's insecurities about his leadership and his family, making her a genuine threat to his empire. 2. Bring in third parties. Introduce other stars who have stakes in this feud. Imagine Paul Heyman enlisting a female powerhouse like Asuka or Becky Lynch to challenge Ripley on Roman's behalf. This could add layers to the story while protecting both stars' credibility. 3. Focus on long-term payoff. WWE must ensure that this storyline leads to significant character growth for both Reigns and Ripley. Whether it's solidifying Roman's dominance or establishing Rhea as a trailblazer in intergender wrestling, the endgame needs to justify the chaos. Conclusion: WWE's decision to intertwine Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley in a convoluted storyline has certainly generated buzz, but not the kind they were likely hoping for. By prioritizing shock value over substance, they risk alienating fans who have invested in the long-term arcs of these two megastars. As WrestleMania approaches, all eyes will be on WWE to see how they navigate this controversy. Will they course-correct and deliver a compelling story, or will this be remembered as one of the company's most puzzling missteps? Only time will tell, but for now, the wrestling world remains divided